So a few weeks ago, I asked you guys on my channel, what team do you want me to rebuild in a brand new, unranked Mygm 2.0 episodic series? And you guys voted on the Memphis Grizzlies. And at first I was like, Memphis Grizzlies, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do that rebuild for you guys. But then I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, wait, that rebuild might not be too hard at all. I want a rebuild that's gonna be challenging. And honestly, a squad with John Moran, Jaren Jackson Jr., my son Triple J, I was gonna call him Triple J at first, that's why I messed up. But my son John Morant, Triple J, and then they're gonna have more than likely a top 10 pick in this year's upcoming NBA draft. The Memphis Grizzlies are gonna be perfectly fine. That rebuild will be too easy. And on top of that, do we really need another beast team in the Western Conference? We gotta show some love to the East. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in beautiful New York. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know me, you wouldn't know that the New York Knicks is my favorite team. Always was and always will be. And I wanted to do a Knicks rebuild, but I've done the Knicks like a million times. I did a rebuild for them like a month or two ago. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. I don't know, go check out my videos, quick plug. Make sure you look at all my other rebuilds on my channel because, you know, my rebuilds are pretty lit, I must say. But I decided the New York Knicks rebuild, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to keep shoving that down you guys' throat. So I was like, you know what? I want to do a team that's stuck in NBA purgatory, meaning a team that's not really good, but at the same time not horrible. A team stuck in the middle of a conference like the Eastern Conference. That's the worst place for you to be stuck, in the middle of the Eastern Conference, because you know the East is pretty easy to get into the playoffs. There's not many great teams in the Eastern Conference. So if you're stuck in the middle of the East, that's really a problem. So I looked at a few teams and I was like, you know what? I'm going to rebuild in my new series right now. The Orlando Magic, let's go. That's a team that has not been great since the Dwight Howard days, honestly. And that was a decade ago, bro. So like 2010, 2011, that was the last time that the Orlando Magic were great. So it's up to me to make the Orlando Magic great again. And for anyone that's disappointed that I did not choose your team to rebuild, and you're like, oh man, I really don't want to see an Orlando Magic rebuild. Although this team is trash, I could really use my help. Bro, don't worry about it. Check out some of the other rebuilds on my channel. I can still rebuild your favorite team, and I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna do 1 episode rebuilds like I have been doing, so don't worry about it. If I don't get a chance to do your team in an episodic series, I'm gonna get a chance to do your team in a regular rebuild. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap that bell icon for notifications. So time to get started with this new series, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned before, it's going to be an unranked Mygm 2.0 series. And to be honest, since I've been playing NBA 2K20, I only played a ranked Mygm 2.0 because that's what I played for my Charlotte Hornets. I started my Hornets series when 2K first came out, back in October or September, whenever 2K comes out. So I never got a chance to start a new Mygm 2.0 series and actually play unranked. And because I'm feeling myself as I always am, I am definitely gonna choose hard difficulty. Why would I choose easy? Why would I choose medium? You guys already know PS Compulsion likes a challenge, and rebuilding the Orlando Magic is already gonna be a challenge. Throwing in that hard difficulty is gonna make things even more interesting. And for this rebuild, you guys are used to Prince Anthony doing all the rebuilds, but this time, Prince Anthony is not going to be rebuilding the Orlando Magic. The guy that got hired to rebuild this Magic squad is known as Donny Magician, aka the Dark Magician. And he earned that nickname Dark Magician from being a very successful businessman, because no matter what business he oversaw, he was able to take companies out of the dark and create that magic for their business to flourish, bro. Let's go. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now a new era here in Orlando. Introducing the new general manager of the Orlando Magic, Donny Magician, aka the Dark Magician. And also, in terms of the first skill that I decided to choose, I chose finances, because for this rebuild, Donny Magician is all about the money. He's a successful businessman. He gotta rake in the green, bro, especially because we're in Orlando, Florida, home of Disney World. Bro, come on. This season and in general, we are gonna be about the green, putting butts in seats and making that guala. So now it's time to look at the settings before I actually get into this Mygm 2.0 series. In terms of the progression sliders, bro, I had to tune that down a little bit. If you guys want me to change it, just leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll change it for you guys, but this is what I changed it to. The player progression was at 25 and the player regression was at 75. If you guys watch my Hornets Mygm 2.0 series, you guys would know that's insane, because literally with that regression being at 75, the entire league is on the decline. It's literally impossible for a player to be on the rise. Like, that's really beastly. So I decided to change it to 45 for the player progression, and for player regression I put it to 55. I feel like this is pretty reasonable. If you guys want, I could change it to like player progression being 40 and maybe the regression staying at 55. I don't know, leave a comment in the comment section below, but in my opinion, I feel like this is pretty fair. And it feels good to actually be able to change the quarter length, bro. Of course, I'm playing on Hall of Fame difficulty. This season, I'm more than likely not playing any games. I'm not sure as yet, but Hall of Fame difficulty. And when I do get a chance to play a game, 7-minute quarters. And once I saw this setting, I decided to enable it. I had to. I said this since the game first came out, and I've been playing Mygm 2.0. I said that played games should not cost an action point, and now I have the option to make played games be free. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Although, like I said, I don't know if I'm playing any games this season, but it's not gonna cost me an action point. That's gonna be very annoying, bro. Like, that should not be a thing, and I feel like this is pretty reasonable. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time to start this series. We start off with a press conference. What are your goals as the newly minted GM of the Orlando Magic? Of course, big things, bro. Big things. I want us to accomplish big things here. Championships, all-star seasons, every other marker of success. We're shooting for the moon right now, bro. We are definitely shooting for the moon. So now that this rebuild is officially underway, time to look at our roster. And looking through this Magic roster, in my opinion, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, the team does have a lot of good young pieces on it, a lot of good pieces in general. Players like my son Markelle Fultz, Mo Bamba, Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Isaac, Nikola. But in my opinion, the reason why the Magic have not been great for all these seasons is that, one, they haven't been drafting well, in my opinion. And then on top of that, these pieces that they have on their squad kind of don't go together. And to make things even worse, the Orlando Magic went all in with this roster, because look at the cap, bro. Like, they signed a lot of players to multi-year deals on some pretty hefty contracts. A lot of these contracts are going to have to be moved ASAP, in my opinion. I mean, players like T. Ross, although he's pretty good, his contract is insane. Evan Fournier does not deserve all that money, and he shouldn't even be an 81 overall, in my opinion. I don't think he's really that good. Aaron Gordon, I mean, he's I don't know. I don't know about Aaron Gordon. He's up in the air for me. I feel like he has the potential to get better, but if he wanted to get better, that should have happened a long time ago, especially somebody with his skill. He would have been better a long time ago. Players like Jonathan Isaac as well. So I don't know about this squad. I'm going to have to make a lot of trades and a lot of moves. But my first order of business as general manager of this squad is to bring in some better staff members. So I decided to fire my assistant GM. I definitely need a better assistant GM, especially somebody working under me. My assistant coach, he gotta go, and my trainer has to go. I'm gonna fire those three, and I'm gonna keep the rest of the staff how they are. So you guys know how I feel when it comes to the staff. I basically hired the best available, hired a better trainer, assistant GM, and assistant coach. Most of my staff members are on 2-year deals, except for Steve Clifford, who's our head coach. I'm gonna ride out with him for a while, because I think he's low-key good. He just don't really have the proper talent and pieces to form like a good team and really coach a good team, in my opinion, at least. So I'm gonna keep him around for a while. The head scout and CFO, their contracts they're expiring in a year, so I'll probably re-sign them when the time comes. But for right now, I feel like this staff is pretty good. So I know that right about now, you guys are probably expecting me to simulate to the end of the season and then start really rebuilding this squad in the off season, but I decided to hold off on that because I feel like we could make some moves right now that would benefit the squad. So we're gonna start rebuilding this season right now. And to get an idea of which direction my players, my coaches, members of my staff want this squad to go in, I decided to take some tasks from literally everybody in my organization. And these are the list of tasks that we got to start the season. We're 2-6 to start, so it's been a while since the season already started. My team is not really doing the best right now, but my coach wants me to get 25 mil in cap space. Also, he wants me to trade either DJ Augustine or Evan Fournier. Don't worry, I could definitely do that. And then on top of that, he wants me to get rid of Gary Clark. So judging from the task that my coach is giving me, it seems as though he realizes that this team is not going to make the playoffs. And also, same with my team governor. He wants us to have 2 lottery picks going into next year's NBA draft. He doesn't want the team chemistry to drop, though, below 32%. And then on top of that, he wants us to improve the fan interest. Because, you know, with more fan interest equals more money. Donny Magician, aka the Dark Magician, he's all about that. Also, the scout wants us to be top 15 in the league in terms of our roster. That's not going to happen. The CFO wants us to go on a 6-game winning streak. I don't know if that's going to happen. And on top of that, Markelle Fultz seems to be the only one that thinks this team is good enough to compete. Man says win the finals within 3 seasons. I don't know if that's going to happen, honestly. It's time to get started on accomplishing some of those tasks. And the second skill that I unlocked, because as you guys can see, I'm on level 2 now. And when I first started, I started with the finance skill, and then my second skill I decided to unlock was the trade finder. That way I could make some pretty decent trades. And I realized on the unranked series, we actually got to level up all over again, which is pretty cool, because in old 2Ks, we wasn't able to really do that. Whatever level you was on one Mygm, if you created a new one, you're going to be on that same level, if you get what I'm saying. But nonetheless, the first trade that I decided to make, I'm trading DJ Augustine and Melvin Frazier Jr. I didn't want to trade Melvin, but I kind of had to, because this deal, I feel like it's going to really benefit this squad. I'm making a deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, trading for Kevin Porter Jr. and Matthew Dellavedova. I don't want Delly on the squad, but I am really high on Kevin Porter Jr. The dude is a straight beast, and he's only 19, bro. I'm telling you. He is going to be a beast for years to come. So I decided I'm making this trade. Made the trade with the Cavs. Welcome to the squad, Delly and Kevin Porter Jr. Also, in terms of Gary Clark, that was one of our other tasks. Get rid of him. I'm trading him and 2 second rounders to the Atlanta Hawks for a future first round pick that's unprotected. The Hawks by 2022, I don't know if they're going to be that good. So that pick is kind of very valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and do this deal. We got ourselves a nice draft pick. And speaking of draft picks, I decided to look at the prospect scouting, because when I started the Mygm series, I didn't get a message telling me to load my custom draft class, because I know that's normally what happens when I load into, you know, a My League. And I'm pretty sure they said that you could do custom draft class on Mygm 2.0. But for some reason, for this season, it's not allowing me to change the draft class at all. So we have a custom draft class, meaning that the rookies this year is going to be trash, honestly. I don't like them custom rookies, meaning we're going to have to wait till next season if they allow me to, you know, load a custom draft class next season. If they allow me to do that, we're going to have to wait a while before we could get players in the league like James Wiseman or LaMelo Ball. So we're going to have to rock out with this custom draft class for now, which is trash. So probably this offseason, if we do get a high draft pick, I'm more than likely going to trade it, because these custom players are not good at all. So now looking through this roster, I gotta say this roster doesn't look that bad at all. Literally the second unit is not that bad, and the starting 5 isn't that bad on paper. But one more trade that I'm gonna do right now is trading James Ennis, because although he's a pretty good player and he's not that old, I want to give Kevin Porter Jr. some playing time, especially coming off the bench behind Jonathan Isaac. I feel like that's going to be way better. So James Ennis, as long as he's on the squad, he's going to be eating up minutes, and he's going to be complaining about his playing time. They asked me that in a press conference as well about James Ennis wanting more playing time, and yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm trying to give my son Kevin Porter Jr. as much playing time as possible. So James Ennis, time for you to go, bro. And I found a pretty good trade for James Ennis. I'm giving up Ennis 2 second rounders once again for Kenrich Williams from the New Orleans Pelicans, and I'm getting their 2022 first round pick. I am racking up on first rounders right now, bro, especially future picks. So I went ahead and offered the New Orleans Pelicans the deal, and of course they accepted it. we got ourselves a young power forward, and on top of that, a future first rounder. So looking at the updated task list, we did a very good job at making it shorter, accomplishing a lot of tasks, and that's what I'm really aiming to do this first season, is accomplish a lot of those tasks. That way I could get the morale and trust of my staff members up, and same thing for some players on my squad. I don't know if I want to keep this team together exactly how it is yet, but there's still more moves to be made, and our team actually hasn't been playing bad at all. We're 7-6 for the NBA season so far. We have been winning and grinning. Things might be looking good this season. But although my team is doing well right now, we always got to plan for the future, because this team, like I said, is not going anywhere. If we were to even make the playoffs, I feel like we're not going to go anywhere anyways. I decided to trade Michael Carter-Williams while he still has some good trade value. 77 overall, and he's pretty injury prone, especially in real life. On the game he is as well, 28 years old. I'm trading him and a second rounder to the Oklahoma City Thunder for their 2024 first round pick and a lottery protected pick in 2023 from the Miami Heat. That's also a first round pick. So basically Michael Carter-Williams and a second round pick for 2 future first rounders from OKC. I'm doing this deal. So as the days and weeks go by, I have been interacting with my players, my staff, accomplishing tasks that they give me, and making some pretty good moves in my opinion, setting up for the future of this franchise. And then a bombshell happened, right? Something amazing, out of the blue, happened, and I didn't expect for things to go this well, this quick. But this rebuild is about to get very, very interesting in just a second. So now after another day went by, we took a L to the Toronto Raptors, and then I see that we had a trade offer from the Chicago Bulls, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check that out. So I sat down with the GM from the Chicago Bulls, looked at his trade offer, and he wanted to give me Zach LaVine and Cristiano Felicio for a first rounder, which is my first round pick this season, and Nikola. Now, when I saw this deal, I was like, I'm not doing this deal at all, right? Of course, I'm not going to trade Nikola for Zach LaVine. It wouldn't really make any sense. So I was like, you know what? What if I could try to get Zach LaVine without giving up Nikola and my first round pick this year? So since it looked like the Bulls really want to get rid of Zach LaVine, I was like, I'm going to just throw this offer out there and see what they say. How about I give you guys Evan Fournier and 2 future first rounders that don't even belong to me anyways. One belonged to OKC and one is a Miami Heat lottery protected pick. I didn't want those future picks. I got those picks basically from the trades that I made earlier in this episode. And I did not expect this to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls actually accepted the deal, and we got Zach LaVine for basically Evan Fournier. That's crazy. Like, bro, although I'm sure we're not gonna make the playoffs this season, and if we do, we're probably gonna have a first round exit. Markelle Fultz, Zach LaVine, Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola. That's a pretty interesting starting 5, and in my opinion, this starting 5 could really do some damage. In my opinion, especially when they develop. I'm more than likely going to keep Markelle Fultz. I don't know, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you guys want me to keep him, I'll keep him. But Jonathan Isaac, more than likely I might trade him. I still don't know about Aaron Gordon yet. Leave some comments in the comment section below, because all these players have some pretty hefty contracts, and I want to do some maneuvering. I want to, you know, shake things up a little bit. Trade probably 1 or 2 players that's in our starting 5. Leave a comment, tell me who I should trade. But as of right now, we're a few weeks into the rebuild, and this team is looking pretty good. Although we just took an L to the Indiana Pacers and we've been losing as of late, Zach LaVine in his debut with the Orlando Magic dropped 31.6 rebounds, 5 assists. In my opinion, I made the right trade. 13 of 20 from the field. Nikola also had a double-double. Markelle Fultz played 40 minutes. That's way too much minutes, or way too many minutes for Markelle Fultz, but he had 15 points, 5 assists. This team is looking pretty good, bro. I don't know how you guys are feeling about this series so far, but if you made it to the end of the first episode of this new Mygm 2.0 series, leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like. Also, make sure you have subscribed to the channel, tap the bell icon for notifications, because things are about to get interesting. Please leave those comments in the comment section below and tell me what you think, because This series is looking like it's gonna be extremely lit with players like Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon dunking on everybody, in my opinion. Let me know what else you want me to do in terms of the team, who you want me to trade, who you want me to go after. Leave those beautiful comments in the comment section below. You guys know I'm eager to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. I love interacting with you guys. That's like my favorite part of the day, being able to talk to you guys. So please leave those comments in the comment section below. And also, while you're here, click one of the playlists on the screen. Check out some of my other content because my content is lit, my content is fire. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Prince of YouTube signing out. Wait. This is Donny Magician, aka the Dark Magician, signing out.